So I've already started selling some of the cards from my case of 2023 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary. And as I started selling a couple of them, I realized that I made a big mistake in how I approach selling these cards. So now I'm going to show you guys the mistake that I made and then the new change in approach that I'm going to be making to selling these cards. What's going on, everyone? It's Eagleman here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to the series that I've been doing. This little experiment of opening up an entire case of 2023 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary, taking all the cards that I pulled from there and trying to make as much money back as I can from that case. If you haven't seen the previous videos where I opened up all the cards live on camera, definitely check them out. You'll get to see my live reactions of pulling the cool cards. But now in today's video, this is going to be like the first update video showing you how much money I've already made from the cards I sold. And then also to show you guys a new change in approach in how I actually sell my cards moving forward. So as soon as I finished opening up all the cards, I immediately started taking the cards and listing them on eBay. Now, if you've been any sort of follower of my channel in the past, I talk about COMC all the time. And COMC is a selling platform where you can sell your trading cards and sports cards and other memorabilia and sports related things like that. It's a great service and I've been using it for a handful of years now. And I've always spoken really highly of the service because it's been really easy to use and it seems like the fees are somewhat manageable. But for this instance, I decided to use eBay because I was hoping to actually cash out the money that I make back. But with COMC, there's a big cash out fee involved in that process and I've never used the cash out feature before. So I've always just used their site comfortably and had no issues in the past. So that's why I avoided using COMC. But after using eBay for a little bit now, I've sold about 7 cards on eBay. I'm doing some calculations, I'm opening up spreadsheets and typing in numbers, and I'm realizing eBay still isn't the best option to sell cards in this instance. And I'm going to break that down further for you guys. I have a spreadsheet right behind me that I'm going to show you guys the breakdown of what it looks like for the cards to sell on eBay and that exact same card if it were to sell on COMC, all the fees involved, and you'll see how big of a mistake that I made not using COMC from the start. So now I'm going to give you guys a breakdown and show you guys how I actually messed up when I started selling these cards right away. Off to the side here, you can see all 7 of the cards that sold pretty immediately. So we have the Gold Wave Refractor of Dansby Swanson, that'll be out of 50. The Toilet Cream and Gold Refractor, George Brett, that's out of 50 as well. Aaron Judge X-Fractor, the Christopher Morel City Variation rookie card. This is a big one here, Felix Hernandez Gold Auto. That was the big autograph that we pulled, that's out of 50. The Tristan Casas autograph out of 199, rookie auto, and the Rafael Palmeiro base autograph. So those 7 cards collectively sold for $201.57. I sold it through eBay. So after I had sold those 7 cards, I was really curious to see what the fees would look like if I had sold them through COMC. And this is where my eyes were open to the fact that, yeah, maybe I did mess up and realize that eBay has some crazy fees associated with it. So take a look here. I have the top column of each card that had sold. The top column in red represents the fees involved with eBay, and the green column right below it represents that same card if it had sold on COMC and the fees that would have been associated to it. We can break down each card here and you can see that the fee percentage for COMC in every example is significantly better. And listen, I am not sponsored or advocated in any way by COMC, so I have no reason to say this other than the fact that I truly believe in COMC's service. So let me break down the fees involved with eBay first, and we'll break down with COMC here. So let's look at the Felix Hernandez Gold Auto out of 50 because that was the highest price card that sold for $91.19. That's how much money the buyer paid. So we look at the fees, the sales fee involved. COMC has a 5% sales fee, so that'll be $4.56 taken out. eBay sales fee is $12.48, so that's a pretty significant difference there. We look at shipping. Obviously, this is pretty relative to eBay, and this is kind of how you interpret it. If you want to consider shipping an extra fee involved with the eBay process, go ahead and consider it that way. I don't, because all of these cards I added free shipping to all of my orders to try and entice buyers to buy them. So that shipping fee was taken out of the money that was paid to me. So I included this in the whole fee calculation here. So that was $3.86 to send this somewhat more expensive card, almost $100 card with proper protections and a bubble mailer with tracking. Whereas if this card were to be sent through COMC, that only would cost me 8 cents because it is a one-time shipment cost. If I were to be shipping out all 140 or so cards using the regular postal service That would be about $10.50 to $11 to ship all 140 cards of those, and that came out to about 8 cents per card to have it shipped. Again, that's a pretty significant difference there. We look at a COMC submission fee, so this is a base flat fee. Whenever the card is submitted into their warehouse, it costs them 50 cents to get your card listed for you. And then I also calculated the COMC cash out fee. So I made a video quite a while ago, I want to say about 1.5 to 2 years ago now, breaking down all of the fees involved with COMC. And I had made my first $2,000 in sales on COMC, and I broke down all the fees, showing you how much money out of that $2,000 actually came into my bank account, or actually came into my possession in some way. But one of the fees I didn't really include into that calculation was the COMC cash out fee. And since this experiment that I'm doing here is to try and see how much money I can make back from a case of 2023 Platinum Anniversary, the whole point is to try and cash out the money from the services or the consignment services that you're using. So I included the cash out fee in this process, and that is a 10% cash out fee, which is pretty hefty. And quite honestly, the whole reason I didn't use COMC in the first place was because the 10% cash out fee was a big hard no for me, and I didn't want to pull the trigger on selling cards to their service because of that. And as you can see here, that was $8.61 taken out of that $91.19. Of course, that cash out fee is only applied after you actually cash the stuff out, so these fees are already applied prior to the sale price there. So that $8.61 is going to come out after you apply it. It's still a lot of money there. But we look at the sales tax. This is coming from eBay and not COMC. This is $7.24. $7.25 for eBay sales tax just seems crazy to me. So we put this all together, we put this all in the context. The net gain on that same card for eBay is $67.61, and for COMC, that's $77.45. That is quite the difference there. We look at the fee percentage calculated out. For eBay, that's about a 26% fee percentage, and for COMC, that's 15% for that fee percentage for a larger priced card there. And this is not an exception. This is the case for all 7 of these cards when you look at all the different prices and all the fees involved in this. So I have in this column down here, this is the totals involved. Like I said, it was about $202 in sales. We look at the total net gain for eBay, that's about $144 that I actually got in my pocket, whereas if I were to do all that from COMC, including the cash out fees, that's about $169. For eBay, that's a 28% fee percentage, and for COMC, that's a 16% fee percentage. I mean, I think this is pretty clear and pretty obvious. I don't think I was doing anything wrong on eBay to warrant all of these extra absurd fees. I mean, it was just absolutely crazy. So the net difference between those 7 cards was about 25 bucks. So I think I would have saved or spent $25 less in fees had I gone through COMC in the first place. And another bonus to all of this with using COMC is the fact that I don't have to list and ship all of the cards individually. I mean, on eBay, I think I had gotten to the point where I had listed about 40 or so cards on the site. And now take in mind, I was taking 3 pictures of each card, the front and the back, and a close-up image of the front. And then I was uploading these pictures onto eBay, the site. I was applying a title to all this. I was applying a full detailed description, adding all the characteristics and elements that you could. I was looking up previous prices and equal comps for these cards to put them at a good listing price. And then I would list it on the site, and then after about a week of all 40 of these cards being listed, a lot of these cards rarely got any views and any watchers. I mean, I think the most these cards got was like 7 or 8 views over the course of a week. And to me, that's just pretty disappointing. When I spent hours taking photos, hours working on the listing details to include the title and the description and all the other characteristics involved, spent all that time and they're barely getting any hits, any traction. And then at the end of it, if they do happen to sell, I'm getting absurd amounts of seller fees here. And these are up like 30, 33, 28% seller fees. That's pretty wild. Whereas if I were to go through COMC, which I am now going through COMC because of this eye-opening, I guess, revelation here, I don't have to take photos of all the cards. I don't have to mess with any of the listing details or the characteristics. All that's taken care of. All I have to do is set the price and let COMC do their job. I think the big drawback of using COMC right now is the fact that I had to ship all of the cards away. They are all gone. They are out of my possession currently. I don't have the cards on my possession if I wanted to sell them through another means. Another drawback of using COMC is that I have to pay the shipping fee all up front. I have to pay the submission fee all up front for every single card, regardless if that card sells. So yes, the 50 cents applied to each card here looks really nice and fancy, but keep in mind I sent about 135, let's say 140 cards in. That's 70 bucks I have to pay right up front, that I'm already down 70 bucks. So yeah, that is quite the fee, but hopefully as time goes on, as more of these cards sell, it kind of compensates that 70 bucks and kind of makes it a bit more worth it. And not to mention a couple other smaller fees that will be incurred on COMC, so those do have to be taken into account. Fees like storage fees, so if the cards sit there for about 90 days and they don't end up selling, you'll be charged 1 penny per month, which can kind of add up if you have a couple hundred or even a couple thousand cards listed on the site. You have high value fees if the cards are $50 or more, which I don't think I sent in any cards that are $50 or more. But other than that, I don't expect to have any more extra fees, and it just really clearly seems like COMC is just a way better option. And it also, from my experience selling on COMC, you get fantastic visibility. It's really easy to handle price management aspect on that site. It's really easy to work with buyers, adjusting offers and whatnot on the site. So it's just going to be easy moving forward to go through COMC. And of course, I will keep you all in the loop of how these sales are going through the site. Obviously, this isn't going to be like a weekly or monthly or even quarterly kind of video update, but you know, every, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, even half a year or so, kind of bring you guys back into the loop of this experiment to see how much money I end up making back. And then once maybe 2024 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary rolls around, maybe we'll start this experiment again and learn from my mistakes of touching on eBay initially. So there you guys have it. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick update and quick breakdown of how I'm going to be selling cards in the future. Let me know your guys' comments and thoughts down below. I'd love to hear your selling strategies that you would use to approach selling all the cards in an entire case. I've already shipped off 135 cards to CUMC because the 2023 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary set is still eligible for their promotion called Fresh Pulls Promotion. And basically what that promotion is, any set released within the last 90 days, COMC will take those cards and apply a 50% discount to the submission fee, but that's only for select and elite services, meaning the cheapest that I can get these cards processed in is still 50 cents a card, but they will process them within 2 weeks. So that all 135 of those cards will be processed within the next 2 weeks. I actually just got an email notification saying that the cards arrived at their warehouse and they're beginning to check them in, which is awesome. So I should see those cards start to populate in my account very shortly here. But as time goes on, like I said, within the next 5-6 months or so, I'll give you guys another update, how these cards are doing, how much money is actually rolling into my account, and what it's going to look like to cash all that out. So if you're definitely interested in that, please do subscribe and stay tuned for it. If you're interested in checking out my CUMC account with those 2023 Topps Chrome Platinum cards that I pulled in videos listed on there, or any of the other cards that I've pulled in past videos that I have listed on my account, the link will be down below in the description. Other than that, thank you guys for sticking with me in this awesome experiment and journey. Having a lot of fun with it. I'm definitely not going to make my money back on this case. I'm already aware of that, and I'm not stressing too much. I'm trying to break even. I just know it's not going to happen, but I just want to see how much I can actually make back in a case. It's already been a lot of fun, so it's already a win for me. But thank you guys very much for tuning in for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe for more of this content to come. This has been Eagle Man. I'll see you guys next time.